Day, Josh attempted to seduce a mystic again, but failed and left the panel.
I rarely get hungover, and I don't even get whiskey there hardly.
Oh, wow.
If anything, Jack Daniels just makes me horny.
So save it for the ladies. Save it for the ladies. Save those balls for the ladies, Cobra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cobra?
What happened? Cobra left. Cobra left. Yeah.
You did that.
You seem very quiet, Ernie.
That you did that. Okay.
On April 25th, Josh made a new t-shirt on his customized girl storefront. Later on that night, Josh posted on Facebook that he'd need to raise $770 in the next 2 months to pay an undisclosed bill. The bill in question ended up being a $770 lease renewal for his apartment. It can also be assumed that Josh's rent was increased from $690 from last year to $750 or more this year. This is just a speculation, but it seems like Josh's new landlord is trying to force poorer residents out of the property by raising the rent so that they would have no choice but to pay more rent or move. Josh was also told that he could rent his apartment month to month, but it would cost him over $1,000, which he could not afford. It is believed that Josh gets roughly $800 a month from his SSI, which just about covers his rent. Just as an aside, Wyoming's eviction laws are pretty harsh. If your rent is past due, you're given 3 days to pay or face eviction. Josh then listed his pie-high hat on Etsy for $834. Josh then posted on YouTube saying that he was selling his hat on Etsy. Josh made $30 from customized gold t-shirt sales and said this would be going towards his bill. 2 hours later, Josh dropped the price of his pie-high hat to $780 in hopes that a fan would buy the hat sooner. In the morning, Josh made a video and said that his hat would come with 4 wands. Josh then made a video proving that he was making the wands. At 12:30 Mountain Time, Josh lowered the asking price of his pie-high hat to $700. At around 4 p.m. Mountain Time, Josh ended up dropping the price of his pie-high hat again to $500. At 4:50 p.m. Mountain Time, Josh enlisted his pie-high hat on Etsy and posted the following on Facebook, saying that he wasn't selling his hat anymore. Josh then posted a video on YouTube saying that he wasn't selling his pie-high hat, but he was selling his wands. Josh's lathe suddenly broke after carving 3 wands.
Ain't no one to buy the pie-high hats for the price I was asking, so I'll just stick to making wands. But there's a problem with that. One of the pieces is stuck. Right. There ain't one thing, it's another thing, dude. I got like 3 wands made.
Josh finished the day by making a video and posted on Facebook asking people to subscribe to his Patreon. Josh's Patreon has 2 membership levels, a $6 and a $20 tier. Josh only posts 2 short videos a month to his Patreon. Sudden interest in his Patreon spiked him from 5 patrons to over 20 in a matter of days, netting Josh $200 a month before tax. On the downside of Josh's sudden Patreon success, Josh began posting short videos under a minute long, giving all of his new Patreon subscribers a shout-out. These new short shout-out videos, combined with the joke videos, made Josh's content output very frustrating for his fans. On April 27th, Josh posted more merch for his of-age fangirls to his customized girl storefront. Later on that night, Josh listed 3 lathe wands for sale on his Etsy for $48 each, and they all sold out very quickly. On April 28th, Josh made another shirt for his customized girl storefront. In the early morning of April 30th, Josh posted a link on his Facebook to a subreddit post of an archived video from 2015 featuring his ex-girlfriend Judy. Also on April 28th, it was announced that Ozzy Osbourne, Josh's idol, had COVID. Later on that day, Josh broke his cycle of posting joke videos and uploaded a 2-hour vocal cover video dedicated to Ozzy called Get Well, Ozzy Osbourne.
The red door, and I want to cage it black.
To wrap up April, Josh's content output suffered due to not being able to live stream or use his phone. Josh uploaded a total of 115 videos, 51 of which were joke videos. It is also uncertain whether Josh paid the $770 lease renewal that he had brought up on the 25th. Josh seemed unfazed about the bill after splurging his money on DoorDash orders from Buffalo Wild Wings on the 29th and Subway the next day on March 30th. Either the lease renewal was paid by other means, or Josh was relaxing because he still had 2 more months to come up with the money. On May 1st, Josh annoyed his fans by stating on Facebook that he wouldn't be making the videos he promised until he received the payment from Patreon of almost $200. The next day on May 2nd, Josh uploaded a video to his Patreon after he was paid. Josh's fans on the King Cobra JFS subreddit became bored with Josh's slow content output and photoshopped numerous pictures of Josh with a giant head. On May 3rd, Josh's ex-girlfriend Stephanie posted a video on her channel with her new boyfriend Donnie. Stephanie's boyfriend Donnie then ended up joining the King Cobra JFS subreddit, where he was very likable, responding to questions, and joined in on the discussion. Josh didn't post anything all day besides a picture of himself holding up a big sandwich on Facebook. Sometime this day, Josh was also featured in an article on cheeseburger.com entitled Funniest Memes About Dating App Fails. The image that was used was a dating profile created by one of Josh's trolls. On May 4th, HamPow93 made a new video discussing his thoughts about how Josh was progressing with his life.
So a lot of fans are asking me, what's my intake on Josh, the Gothic King Cobra? Now, he's gotten worse. A lot worse. He needs to eat some humble pie. I'm not telling him what to do because I know he's probably going to see this video and be like, oh, HamPow, here we go again. It's just been depressing to see how he's just drinking his life away and blaming that. I mean, he continues with the autism wall, continues with the Asperger wall. I mean, he thinks that's a bumper. That, ooh, stop picking on me. Stop picking on me. Nobody gives a shit. It's just watching his life just fade away. All the dreams. Like talks about his dream house. If you want a dream mansion, not sitting on government funds is gonna get you closer. You gotta work for it, you know?
In a rant video that was uploaded on May 5th, but recorded on the 4th, Josh briefly mentioned Stephanie and deleted the video.
No things that I said that pissed off my other half was when I cheated. Never again will I do that, and I haven't since then, but it ruined a good thing, so take my advice and don't cheat. A thing that pissed me off, while I'm sitting there cuddled up on the couch, playing Grand Theft Auto 5, and my girlfriend just looks at me, she starts getting all pouty, like, she's like, do you still think I'm pretty? She literally said this, do you still think I'm pretty? And I'm like, I looked at her like, so I paused the fucking video game and I fucked her on the futon I was playing the video game on. I'm like, what do you think? I started making out with her, playing with her tits, running my hands up and down her curvy waist. I gave her ass a little playful smack. And I fucking ate her pussy out. And then I titty fucked her, and then I fucked her in the pussy. And she sucked my cock, and then we cuddled on the couch, and it was like, if I didn't think you were still pretty, would I be fucking you right now? Like, seriously.
On May 5th, Josh created a new shirt for his customized girl storefront. Later on, Josh went back onto Mystic's livestream for a few hours and was completely sober and flashed his green cock holster.